G3L 1600 MHz, and the brand is G-Skill. Speed is the same because the motherboard and processor don't support anything faster. At least I improved the size to 16GB. Now multitasking is much easier. Next, I tossed that HDD in the bin and installed a 500GB Samsung SATA SSD. No M2 slot on the motherboard, unfortunately. And why 500GB? Simple. I'm giving this laptop to my sister. She doesn't game or edit, just documents, slides, maybe some ChatGPT. So yeah, 500 is perfect. Swapping it in was super easy. Just popped it into the old HDD slot. After that, I cleaned the dust, replaced the thermal paste on CPU and GPU, and closed it up. Oh, and guess what? My phone died halfway through filming the thermal paste part. I seriously don't know how people shoot big projects without going crazy. Probably because they use actual cameras. Might be time for me to do that too, because the iPhone 15 is definitely not for filming this long. Now onto the display. Remember that TN panel with 1366 resolution and a glossy finish? Yeah, it was beginning to be replaced. Sunlight reflections made it unusable outdoors. So I popped off the display frame using a random bank card, life hack, checked the model number, and thankfully it was a standard 15.6 panel. Ordered a new one with IPS Full HD matte coating, and once it arrived I slapped it in, removed the screen protector, best feeling ever, and put the frame back. Looks amazing now. Before booting it up, I gave the whole laptop a deep clean using some glass wipes and cleaning solution. Don't ask what brand. Just trust me, it looks way better now. Scratches are still there, but hey, we did what we could. Oh, and I almost forgot. The battery didn't work at all. Zero charge. So I replaced it too because, let's be honest, a laptop without a battery is just a bad desktop. So this is what the laptop looks like now. It's crazy. After the upgrade, I have to clean this up entirely. I think we changed and upgraded everything we could. CPU can't change, GPU also can't, but at least we upgraded from 8GB to 16GB RAM, replaced the slow HDD with a fast SSD, and swapped out the TN glossy low-res display for a full HD IPS matte screen. The total cost of the upgrade around $160. Let's test it and see if it was worth it. Alright, let's talk about the OS real quick. Obviously I slapped in a brand new SSD, so I went ahead and installed a fresh copy of Windows. But here's the catch. This laptop can't run Windows 11. Yeah, so I had to go with Windows 10. And since Microsoft is ending support for Windows 10 in just a couple of months, I'm kinda torn. Should I install Linux or toss this laptop into the recycling bin? Anyway, let's check boot times. Left side before the upgrade, right side after the upgrade. Boom. Night and day difference. Now it boots super fast, opens apps smoothly, runs a browser without choking, and even handles some light Photoshop work. Honestly, if you forget it's running Windows, it feels like a totally usable machine now. The screen upgrade also made a big difference. We're finally on Full HD and that glossy panel gone. I used to hate those annoying reflections from sunlight or even a lamp. Now with the matte display, it just looks cleaner. More expensive, I guess. I can't describe it, it just feels right. However, there's disappointment. My gut tells me the panel isn't actually IPS. I've used IPS displays for years, and trust me, this one is different. Could be a TN or VA panel pretending to be IPS. When I bought it, it was labeled as IPS. But yeah, scammed again, not surprised. Anyway, whatever, I'm not keeping this laptop for myself, so it's fine. Let's move on to the battery. I got a new one for about $18, and it finally powers on without being plugged in, which is already a win. But battery life, awful. It lasts maybe 2-3 hours just sitting idle on the desktop. Imagine how fast it would drain if I actually worked on it. Anyway, let's